And good afternoon, everybody. Jason Leva here with the Fort Worth Community Arts Center with a holiday edition of Boxed Lunch. We are so excited that you folks joined us today, along with many of my colleagues and counterparts. Today, we would like to welcome you all to the Fort Worth Community Arts Center and give you a little bit of insight of our staff and the people that are actually inside the building. So this one should be fun. I've never seen so many smiling faces except for my last Zoom call, I think. So again, welcome to all of you outside in the world. And for those of you that decided to join me today, I'm so very grateful for you taking the time. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to introduce you to some of the staff at the Fort Worth Community Arts Center. So ladies and gentlemen, and those that are with me, I'm gonna call on you, and if you'd just be kind enough to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about who you are and what it is you do at the Arts Center. Michael, you're up first.
Hey y'all, my name is Michael Asbill and I am the Community Engagement Coordinator for Fort Worth Public Art.
Welcome, Michael. We're glad to have you. Miss Tori, you're next.
Hi there, I'm Tori Ortiz and I'm the Administrative Assistant at the Arts Center.
Welcome, Tori. Glad you made it. Elida, you're up.
Hi, I'm Elida Lobby and I run public art projects for the Arts Council, who runs the City of Fort Worth's program.
Very nice. Miss Ann, how are you doing today?
I am doing well, neighbor and friend. Ann Allen, I am a public art project manager for the Arts Council, just like Elida is.
Very nice. Alana, how you doing over there with your family?
I'm Alana Greer. I am the public engagement manager for the Arts Council, and I'm here with my two boys.
And so very glad to see them. What are your names, gentlemen?
My name is Graham Greer, and really all I do is sometimes like go over there to look at the art. Not much. My name is Ian Greer. I don't really do much for the Arts Council either, but
well, you're both in training, I guarantee it. So stand by and take notes, gentlemen. We'll need you in a year or two. Mr. Wesley, how you doing down there?
Doing great. Good to see you, Jason. Yeah, my name's Wesley Daniel. For those out there in Facebook land, I'm the Director of Advancement here, so I help us get connected to the resources we need to keep the arts churning here in Fort Worth.
And jack of all trades, Wesley is multi-talented, as are many of our staff. Miss Natalie, how you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good. I'm Natalie Lopez. I'm the Executive Assistant for the Arts Council.
Very nice to have you. Natalie and I share a couple of anniversaries. We were actually hired on the same day, which has bound us for the last 2 years. So it's nice to see you, Natalie. Miss Angela, how are you?
I am doing great. Hello, everyone. I'm Angela James, and I am the Finance and HR Manager for the Arts Council.
Very nice. Welcome, Angela. It's great to see you. Mr. Giovanni.
Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Giovanni Valderas. I am the Exhibitions Manager at the Fort Worth Community Arts Center.
And last but certainly not least, our fearless leader downstairs at the Community Arts Center, Miss Marla. How you doing today, Marla?
I'm great, thank you. Hello, everybody. I'm Marla Owen. I am the Director of the Fort Worth Community Arts Center.
And it is so nice to see some of these behind the scenes people out front in the camera's eye. So it is so nice. You guys all do so much for us, and I'm just so very excited for everyone to have an opportunity to see the many, many faces at the Arts Center. And more importantly, with the holidays approaching, for us to have an opportunity to share a lunch together. I know there's a lot of struggles out there in the world with people contemplating family and friends and what they're going to do for the holidays. And whatever that is, we hope that we can at least give you an opportunity to share some of our family atmosphere because I have to say, I've been at the Art Center for 2 years, and all of you have become friends, family, and colleagues. So I thank you all so much for taking the time. And for me personally, this is a family gathering for my holiday, and I'm just so very grateful to have all of you in my lives. If you know me, I might get a little emotional hearing some of these stories and things going on, but that's just who I am. So again, thank you to all. So we're going to try to keep it family and holiday oriented today, give you a little insight into our lives and what we go through outside of the Art Center. And I'm very curious to learn a little bit about each and every one of you. So again, thank you. Sit back and relax. And Michael, I'm going to start with you. First off, what are you having for lunch today? And my main question for you is, how do you go about shopping for your gifts for the holidays for others?
Hi, so for lunch today, I'm just having a cup of tea and a salad made of whatever I could find in my fridge. Super complicated, super great. And for holidays, my family takes a bit of a non-traditional approach. One, COVID has presented a lot of people with the option of postponing holidays or doing things like that. We often wait until January anyway.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's kind of par for the course for us, with the exception of we're locked in our houses at the same time. But we actually kind of go out after the holidays with a small budget, and we do a one-day kind of sprint to get gifts for everyone. And so that's how we do it over here, and that's probably what we'll do this year again.
Nice. Do you draw straws, or do you have a list that you purchase for?
So we all kind of, everyone who's involved, everyone purchases a gift for everyone involved. And then, so some years it's 4 or 5 people, and it's fairly easy to take 8 hours of shopping just in one grind. And then sometimes it's like 16, and you really are running through the mall being like, oh, this person would like this.
Sounds quite interesting. So Tori, I'm going to put you on the spot here. First off, what are you having for lunch? And secondly, what is the coolest gift you have ever given someone, and why?
Ooh, well, unlike Michael, I'm having tea and probably anything I can find that's edible still in the refrigerator. For the coolest gift I've ever given, I am drawing a blank on that one. Oh, probably I tried to give my dad a hamster because that's what I truly wanted. And since then it has become a phrase, a hamster gift for giving somebody what you really want. So that's not a good example, but it did start a trend in that phrase. So now you know what a hamster gift is.
Well, that sounds absolutely incredible. Duly noted that if I ask you for anything, I'll make sure I buy a cage as well, just in case I get the hamster gift in return. So
I am totally going to use that line. That might be my favorite type of gift ever.
There's your tip.
So Alida, since you piped in there, I'm curious what you're having for lunch, and I'm going to ask you, what's the coolest gift you've ever received and why?
Okay, so first off, I too am having Muscos. So today that happens to be a loaded barbecue potato. In my family, we don't have leftovers, we have Muscos, which stems way back from my little German great grandmother. We used to go to her house and she'd make all these wonderful things. And we were little, we didn't have any clue what anything meant. And the language stopped being passed down during World War II. And so she'd be like, all right, children, it's Sunday, come in. Grandma, what are we having for lunch? And she says, we're gonna have Muscos. And I was like, yeah, Muscos, German food. No idea what it is. And we go up and she has laid out everything that we've had all weekend. Like, you know, a bowl of potatoes, there's like 3 green beans left. And you're like, Grandma, these are leftovers. I thought we were having Muscos. And she'd be like, yes, these must go. And so now we have Muscos.
Got it. Another very important phrase. I am taking notes today, and I feel as though I am arming myself with some wonderful nomenclature for the holidays. So
it's very useful for the holidays. Actually, I have several friends that have adopted that into their families now.
Very nice, very nice.
So much more cosmopolitan than leftovers.
Well, you know, there's nothing wrong with a good liquid lunch, I always say. Cosmopolitans are great. I've got some watermelon vodka soda I think I'm going to try over the holiday, and looking forward to experiencing that myself as well. So anxious for 5 o'clock, and we'll start the holidays today in case anyone was wondering.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
So
coolest gift. Well, off the top of my head, it's more about the presentation than the gift. I had been eyeing a few things, and my mother knew this. And in my family, we have a tradition of screwing with each other during gift openings. So there's a lot of either duct tape or scavenger hunts. And this particular one was a scavenger hunt. So I got a clue. And after going out to the well house at my parents' house and the barn, it brought me back into the living room. And I was supposed to hold out my hands and close my eyes, God forbid. And she and my father had bought me this like 8x10 giant wool rug that my brother and my dad brought over my head. She knew I was looking for one for my house and plopped it in my house. Right in my lap, I mean. And it was quite the gesture. I mean, there were some broken chair legs and some other things involved, but it was pretty cool. Unexpected.
Nice. Unexpected are always the best, in my opinion, and sounds like scavenger hunts can always add a little bit of anticipation to gift openings. So my
COVID friendly.
Yes, my stepfather did that to my mother one year, and all she did all Christmas Day was wander the house trying to decipher notes, and he wasn't quite as detailed as she had hoped. As an example, one note was in a vent, but he didn't tell her which one. So it took her about 2 hours with a flathead screwdriver of removing vents in the house. And I think that might have been the best present we all received that year. So
yep.
It is certainly the little things when it comes to the holidays. So that's for sure. So Mr. Wesley, I have a question for you. First off, what are you having for lunch today? And secondly, who's the best or coolest person that you have happened to meet this year?
Well, Jason, since we already know each other, I can't use you for this one. But yeah, I think we're sensing a theme here at the Arts Council. I'm also having a bit of a liquid lunch here, doing my pour over decaf coffee right now, from Craftwork, which is a local coffee roaster and cafe here. If you so yeah, maybe they qualify as some of the coolest people that I've met this year. My wife and I are just about to go camping, so we're also clearing out our fridge and eating whatever is in there. So we're having Muscos and coffee, I guess.
Very nice.
Yeah, coolest person I've met this year. That's tough. You know, this is 2020, right? None of us have left our houses.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I didn't say in person. I just said met. I know you've been on a Zoom call or two this year, so that counts too.
Yeah, that's a really good point. You know, it's hard to quantify what makes someone the coolest or anything like that, but I will say it has been really awesome getting to connect with people over Zoom, because you do get to talk with people who are not normally in the same zip code as you sometimes. So, you know, I've gotten to not only connect more with people from across Fort Worth, you know, different business leaders and folks who are doing some really interesting things. I was very fortunate to kind of be on a panel for the Lone Star Film Festival this year, and had a great conversation with some three gentlemen who run local movie theaters, or theaters that do kind of art house films or different types of cinema experiences, and that was really cool. But yeah, I mean, I've been on calls with people who are and at the front lines at the federal level with COVID, and I've been on calls with people who should be doing Broadway shows and are instead singing in their showers, and it's been all across the board with who have been able to connect with virtually, and I got to say each one has been pretty cool in their own right. So I'm just grateful to have this tool here to stay connected with so many interesting and unique people.
Could not agree more. I have met to date anyway, I think 47 really cool people in the Boxed Lunch program, and I'm not sure I would have met any of them had all this not come about. So there are some blessings in life. We just need to open our eyes and create that perception. And again, I do think that it has been a blessing in my life anyway, to see all of the wonderful artisans that are out there in the world, and not real sure it would have happened this way. Where are you going camping for a follow-up?
Yeah, we're going up to Caprock Canyon, which is up near the Panhandle. We figured we'd go away for Thanksgiving to kind of avoid the temptation of seeing too many friends and family, and we basically just plugged in on Google Maps, where can we get to in 7 hours, and Caprock Canyon was right there in the 7-hour mark. So go up and see the stars.
Awesome, awesome. All right, Miss Ann, I'm going to fall over to you because I think you might be venturing out into the wilderness as well. So I'm curious what you're having for lunch today. And the question that I have for you is, what is the most exciting thing that has happened to you this year?
Oh, wow. Well, liquid lunch, having some green tea, and also, this is something I'm in the office today. I'm either working from home or I'm working from the office. I get to choose, which is really nice. Something I typically have brought for lunch at the office before, as my colleagues will attest, I often have smelly food for breakfast and for lunch. And this is kidney beans with Parmesan cheese, cilantro, garlic, and some other like magic spices like cumin and olive oil and a little vinegar. So
it does usually smell good.
It smells good. Sometimes it's kind of stinky. Today I think it's a little of both. But and then the question was the most exciting thing I've done this year?
Or that has happened to you this year?
Or that's happened to me this year? Well, let's see. I think the thing that popped into my mind first still qualifies. A lot of you know that I seize every opportunity I can get to go to Colorado, and we had the opportunity, my boyfriend and I, John, to go again this summer and stay in a big house with just a couple of other people, so we were safe about it. But we love to hike, like a lot of you love to hike, and love to camp. And we did get to do some primitive camping, and we got to do one 14er this summer. And I swear those mountains that are over 14,000 feet in Colorado, we call them 14ers, they get harder every year, the older I get. Doesn't matter what kind of shape I'm in. They are tough. They're scary, and they're so rewarding. They are so rewarding in so many ways. And this year, one of my dear friends from California got to join our little group, and she almost made it to the top. She's never attempted one before, and we were really proud of her. So I would say that Missouri Mountain, that happened to me that I also did. It was really, really good.
Wow, sounds incredible. If you have any pictures of that trip, you should post them on the Facebook comments so that the people can see how beautiful that area really is, and might be some nice insight, and allow people to share in that experience even if they're not able to get up there. So see what you can find and pop them on the comments, and I'm sure everybody would probably love to see some of those 14s. That's what you called it?
14ers.
14ers. Good to know. Good to know. All right, Miss Marla, you are on the hot seat. What are you having for lunch today? And I'm curious to know, what book is sitting on your figurative nightstand right now?
Good question. So for my lunch, I'm also going to the fridge. So I made some ratatouille the other day. So here's my leftover ratatouille. So eggplant, potatoes, squash, onions. It's delicious. And my tea, of course, because it's freezing in my house right now. And for the book, actually, it's interesting you asked, because I just started a brand new book because I belong to this book club, and I'm on schedule to read this book before the middle of December so I can have it ready for my book club. And it's called The Grown-Ups. And I've just started it. So far, intriguing, interesting about a family kind of dysfunctional, which I can totally relate to. So I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Very nice. Who wrote it? Do you know the author's name off the top of your head?
I do not, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Circle back around, throw it in the comments, share that information. We're always looking for good reading material, and I'd be very curious to check that out myself as well. So, Miss Natalie, next one's for you. What are you having for lunch today? And I am curious to know, what do you think about the holidays? Do you love the lights and the bustling holiday mall atmosphere? Or do you think there's too much commercialism these days?
So I'm having a leftover takeout. It is coconut milk and lemongrass soup. It's really good. And yes, I love the holidays. Actually, I already pulled out my mini Christmas tree, my ornaments. So hopefully tonight I will get to start decorating. And maybe I might be an outlier, but I love the mall during Christmas time. Probably won't go now, but I love how like loud, it's stressful, it's just chaotic, and it's hilarious to people watch for me. As far as commercialized, I believe so, just a little bit, but I do love holiday commercials, like the Coca-Cola one and Campbell's soup. So those are my favorite. So obviously during like Super Bowl, I'm just there for the commercials. So.
Very nice, very nice. Miss Alana, I'm gonna throw this one to you. I see you multitasking, and am very aware of your family. They are a big part of your life. I know that firsthand. I'm curious, what are you having for lunch today with your family, and how do you stay sane during the holidays?
So today we thought it'd be fun. We're gonna make banana bread, and we're doing mini loaves. Well, hold on a second. We're making mini loaves for the neighbors. We're gonna hand out Thanksgiving bread to all of the neighbors. How do we stay sane during quarantine?
I personally just don't really do that much. The trick is napping a lot and just watching TV and playing video games.
Truth.
I mean, what more can you say?
I don't think there's anything to say.
Really, the most
going
ominous
to try
thing
that
for me.
also at 5 o'clock. I'm gonna just nap and play video games the entire week, see if that works for me as well. So. All right.
Yeah, we've been playing a lot of board games. Oh, it's okay.
You're fine. You're
just
fine.
saying we play a lot
Let us know.
We play a lot of board games together. We've gone through quite a few new ones. Catan is kind of our favorite one right now.
Yeah.
Alana, are you the type of parent that lets the kids win, or are you like, game on, let's go?
Game on. Game on.
Do you have a family trophy?
I destroyed her last time. She got no victory. None, not a single one. And I got 9.
We used to have a family trophy for game nights. Whatever game we were playing, the winner got the trophy, and you got to hold it and keep it till the next game night. But I always found it interesting. If my parents won, we never seemed to have another game night for like a month. But if any of the kids won, seems like we were right back at the game table like 24 hours later. So
I have to remember, that's a good idea. We need to get a trophy.
But not that last one.
we had many years of fun passing around that that beautiful trophy. So just a little insight for any game night people out there. It really ups the stakes whenever there's some tangible thing that you actually get from the end of the game night. So give that a try and let me know how that works out for you. All right, Miss Angela, what are you having for lunch today? And I'm curious, what kind of holiday decorator are you?
I am having coffee from my breakfast. So lunch coffee. Decorator. Well, I have a Christmas baby. So the decorations are minimal because she is adamant about making sure that the birthday stuff does not overflow or intertwine with the Christmas stuff. So I am the mom on December 22nd, the day after her birthday, getting the tree up, all the lights up. Yes. So birthday first, Christmas tree and lights, 22nd of December every year.
Now, do you allow that to stay for through January, or are you the type of person that just moves on immediately when the holiday's over?
Well, we have to extend it just a little bit, but I think my deadline to leave stuff up is January 15th. After that, I would say Christmas is officially over.
Gotcha. Good to know. Good to know. All right. Mr. Giovanni, how you doing down there?
Doing well, thanks.
Awesome. What are you having for lunch today? And if you could talk to anyone in the world right now, who would it be and why?
Oh man, you should have really gave us these questions beforehand.
Oh no.
I am eating an American standard from a beloved bistro. A hot dog from 7-Eleven. So, you know, we got to do it right. I'm not afraid to eat this. I may pay for it later, but, you know, we'll see. If I could talk to anybody, man, I think it would. I'm not gonna tell you my first answer because it's kind of political, so I'll avoid that. But
Lord forbid anyone get political.
Right, which is probably a good thing. Why, you know, Thanksgiving we won't be meeting up with family because there's a lot of tension right now. So probably best for all of us. I don't know. Come back to me on that. You seriously, next time, give me the questions beforehand.
Oh, Gio, come on. You've been doing interviews yourself for months.
Yeah, but I'm asking questions, so. Yeah.
Well, welcome to the hot seat, my friend. I'm not letting you off the hook. You think about that. I want to know who you want to talk to. So I'm going to switch back up to Michael. Michael, what do you want for Christmas this year?
I apologize. There's no cute way to eat a salad.
No. There's no cute way to eat on Zoom, period.
I don't know. I think for Christmas this year, I have a
Michael, if you said peace on earth, I'm gonna throttle you.
Peace on earth.
Yeah, no.
No, this might sound really strange, but I've been planning on getting just a bunch of recycled bottles, and I'm trying to get like a little home plastic recycling kit.
Nice.
It's a little odd, but there we go. Our honest answer.
Miss Tori, here I come. I told you I'd only ask you one question, but I am just dying to know, what is your favorite thing to do with your family over the holidays?
Well, Christmas Eve, we sing Christmas carols. I play the piano and they all sing, and it sounds pretty horrific, but I love it. So that's one of the favorites.
Nice. Will you give us two, or are you just going to stick with that one and go back and mute yourself again?
I'm going back to mute.
I figured as much.
Yeah.
I thought that might happen. So,
We're going to ask you one, Jason.
That's fair enough.
Okay.
Well deserved for sure. So
Giovanni,
Miss
think of one.
well, you write it down and let me know whenever you're ready. Just raise your
Okay.
hand. So, Miss Alida, I'm curious, if you had an hour of free time right now, how would you spend it?
Right now, that means it has to be driving distance because my teleportation is iffy at best. Right now, an hour of time. I would probably go out masked and armed with sanitizer. And I would likely hit an antique shop and home goods and probably a really good junk store because I'm not quite, I'm getting started on my Christmas shopping. And those are all like retail therapy for me. And a lot of people don't like to go to at least 2 out of 3 of those places. So I'm all right.
Awesome. Good to know. All right. I know that Amazon, they heard you on Facebook, and you're going to get all kinds of virtual shopping opportunities as soon as this meeting's over. So be ready.
They're gonna have a hard time with me though, because I'm trying to go with the smaller shops. I figure they're getting a whole lot of business right now. So here's my plug for shop local, shop small, even if it's, some sort of a chain, like choose a smaller chain. But there's my poke. Or make something. It's hilarious.
I heard the Art Center has a little gift shop in it. Have y'all ever been there?
Yes, come on down. All right, so Miss Ann, if you could put a billboard anywhere in the world, what would it say?
Wow. Let's see. No, it wouldn't say wow, let's see. Let me think if I can paraphrase something that I've been using for myself lately as a kind of a self-coaching tool during therapy. I mean, during COVID, it's like a self-therapy tool during COVID. The way we talk to ourselves about ourselves matters. So I think that in whatever language is appropriate, the way we talk to ourselves about ourselves matters.
Very, very wise words. And maybe we can all pitch in and see if we can't get that billboard up. I think there are some people that might benefit from hearing that and seeing it as well. So very insightful, Ann, very insightful. Mr. Wesley, I'm curious, what was your favorite thing about where you grew up?
That is an interesting question. So I grew up in kind of right outside of Orlando, Florida. And favorite thing, that's tough. There's a reason why I don't live in Orlando, Florida anymore, or a couple reasons. Humidity, mosquitoes, the alligators were fine, but yeah, favorite thing. I mean, I was really, really fortunate in 2 ways. Well, in so many ways, but in 2 big ways. One, I had so much of my family nearby or very, not too far away. Most a 9-hour drive, leased next door. My grandparents lived next door to us for many years of my life. So being able to be with them while I was growing up was as good as it gets, really. The other thing I was really fortunate, we lived in, I guess, right on the line of a couple different places, a couple different suburbs of Orlando. And the side of the line I was on zoned me for really excellent public school system that was way better endowed than it had any right to be. So growing up, I had access to, an amazing theater program, nationally ranked band, orchestra, choir. So I just had a literally spoiled for the arts growing up, just to have all these great resources and educational opportunities. So, you say I'm a jack of all trades. I feel like I barely rank among some of, my peers and friends I grew up with just because of the great resources that were there. So yeah, just family and the arts. You really couldn't ask for a better way to grow up.
Awesome, awesome. Alana, I keep asking you all these family questions. I'm not sure why. I guess it's just luck of the draw. So this next one's for you. I'm curious, what about your mom or dad drove you crazy during the holidays?
That's a good question. I mean, nothing. I was really fortunate. I have so many good memories of my family and my parents during growing up in the holidays. So I don't know. They just raised us with like a lot of like traditions that I still carry on with my kids today. One of our favorites is like the night that we put up the Christmas tree. Everybody sleeps in the living room, and the kids like sleep under the Christmas tree with like the lights and stuff. We read The Night Before Christmas, and every year we watch The Grinch Who Stole Christmas as a way to like kick off the holidays. So maybe the most annoying thing about my family is my brother is a really good gift giver, and he bests us every year, and it's
overshadows everyone, doesn't he?
so good at it, and it's so annoying. And
Be very secretive.
Yeah, so maybe that's the most annoying thing about my family.
Well, it sounds like you should have a talk with him and just say, back off a little bit, man. Give us a crack at this.
Let us shine for once.
I think you just go in and switch the tags before everybody opens. And now that one's from you.
Absolutely, yes. So, all right, Marla, you're on the hot seat. I'm curious, if you could live in any decade of your life again, which would it be?
Okay, I'm confused by the question. If I could live any decade of my life again, like repeat one of my decades?
Yes.
Oh,
There's not many to choose from, but try hard to pick one.
Yeah, I have plenty to choose from. I probably would say I'm happy where I am. I'm not, I really am not into going back and like trying to redo things I've done in the past. I look forward to what's coming up in the future. Hopefully all good, wonderful things, but my past is what made me like who I am and where I am today, and I'm good.
That is a great answer. Is Foster standing there by you? Is that why you said that?
Foster's at work. He is not here. I banned him from the house today.
Oh, Mr. Gio, this is an easy one, okay? I'm going to lob you a softball here.
I appreciate it.
What was the best movie or TV show you saw this year?
Oh, man. I've been working, I got the first question answered. So going back to whoever I would want to be on the phone with, that would be a group call to all the artists who have ever left anything at the Fort Worth Community Arts Center to come pick up their work. Come pick it up. Like today. We have like a whole vault of art. So yeah, it needs a home. It needs to go back home. But best movie this year, it's kind of weird. I did see Parasite, and I thought that was pretty good. So
ooh, that was that, but
I don't really watch a lot of movies, so yeah.
Nice. Well, I'll take it. That is certainly a good one. So I have to say that one left my jaw on the floor a couple of times during that movie. So, all right, Natalie, you ready?
I hope so.
What's been your most bizarre pandemic purchase?
Most bizarre? Okay, I don't know if it's not bizarre. I can't think of anything else, but I'll just say just a bunch of like gardening stuff. And I've totally redid my patio, like a bunch of like IKEA panels. Looks really nice. Yeah, actually, it is bizarre that I kept my vegetables alive, so that's crazy. Yeah. So I have habaneros, bell peppers, and tomatoes, and they are still doing they're producing still.
Wow. So the bizarreness, I guess, of the pandemic has been your ability to grow a green thumb.
Yes, because I'm a notorious like plant killer.
Good to
I
know.
really am, so.
All right. Well, if we see any fresh veggies, we'll know that you shopped them rather than grew them at your home, right?
Yes. And honestly, I have to give a shout out to my mom because she's the one. I think she goes to my house and just waters, like without me knowing. Because there's no way that these could still be alive. Just me.
I love it. All right, Miss Angela, this is a deep thought-provoking question for you. What's the biggest epiphany that you've had during 2020 in terms of expanding your mind or helping with your health?
That's a loaded question, Jason. I think the biggest epiphany is just learning that self-care is very much important, and taking time for yourself is very much important. And I'm working with a wellness coach, and just learning and teaching myself how to eat better and falling in love with vegetables. So my newest conquest has been the avocado. I'm working on carrots, but yeah, getting pretty good with stir fries and stuff like that. So my biggest epiphany in 2020 has been, you know, slowing down has been great. Getting to know all of my coworkers in a whole new Zoom way has been great. And also taking very good care of yourself.
Indeed, indeed. Great information, guys. I've got so many more questions that I would like to ask. I know that it is getting a little bit towards the end of the lunch hour. So I'm going to let you guys battle this out. If anyone has a question for me, raise your hand or show a reaction, and then I'll ask you as well. You have about 3 seconds to think about it, and then I'm going to move on. One. Oh, Marla, go ahead. You got there first.
How could I possibly resist? Jason, what are you most looking forward to as we roll over into 2021?
Unity across the board, across the world. I hope and I pray that no matter how we go forward, we do it together. And I don't know what it's going to take or how we're going to be able to achieve it. But I pray with all my heart that we find a way to collectively get our minds together and move ourselves forward, because we have a long way to go and we're already out of time to get there. And we need to keep sharing, and we need to keep spreading any and all love and unity that we can in our lives, because that's the only way we're going to be able to blanket the resentment and the animosity that continues to seep through the pore of this society. And we've come a long way, and we've learned a lot in a very short time. But unless we do something with that knowledge, it's for naught. And I just want us to power through and continue to spread that positivity as much as we possibly can. And that's what I hope rolls over into 2021. And I hope to God we can collectively get there. And I'm having red beans and rice for lunch.
That was a very good answer.
And with that being said, my friends, my family, my colleagues, I thank you guys so much for joining me today and taking the time out of your lives to share a little bit of insight of who and what we are as an organization. I've never been more proud to be a part of the family. And I thank you all for all you have done and all you continue to do to keep us alive, to keep us engaged in the community and in the arts. And I should probably call it and just say thank you. I wish you all a very safe and happy Thanksgiving. Take time, be with your family any way you can. I love you all, and I love everybody out there. Sorry, I'm gonna wrap it. Have a great week, everybody. Love to all. I thank you all for joining me. We'll be back next Monday with another episode. Godspeed, everyone. Stay safe out there. Happy holidays, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.